You have something special. You have greatness within you. Hello, my name is Les Brown. I was thinking about something I heard by a man who was the mentor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His name is Albert Schweitzer. He was not only a mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but to Albert Schweitzer, also to Mahatma Gandhi. And he wrote something that caused me to think about you. And that line that he wrote that resonated with me as I was thinking about my goals and thinking about my dreams, just as you are right now. And we all have moments when we could read something and it will touch us in a special place. There's some things that you read, it will expand your mind. There's some things that you read and it will touch your heart. There's some things that you read and it will ignite your spirit. I don't know what it will do for you. Here's what it did for me. It caused me to look at myself differently, and it caused me to step back and start thinking about myself. Dr. Thurman said, there's something in each and every one of you that waits and listens to the voice of the genuine in yourself. It will be perhaps the only guide you will ever have. And if you cannot hear it, all of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls. And when I think about this time that you and I spend together, I say to you that there's something in you that says, I want to pull my own strings. There's something in you that says, this just can't be it. There's something in you that wants to go to that next level. There's something in you that wants to express, that's not willing to settle. And that's something, that voice in you, that sometimes we ignore, that voice in us that sometimes get caught up in the mass distractions of life. And sometimes we forget who we are. Life catches us on the blind side and we are staggered and knocked out on our feet. But yet, that voice speaks. That voice speaks. When life knocks you down, it says, if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. That voice speaks when you are facing a life-threatening situation. It speaks to you and say many times in life when the very foundation of your life has been shaken and you have a teeth-rattling experience, we run to God only to discover that it's God that's doing the shaking. That voice speaks when everybody has counted you out. People that you thought you can really depend on to be there for you and to cheer you on, they're saying, you can't do that. And life slaps you around. That voice speaks and says, it's not over until you win. That's something in us, the thinker that's thinking the thoughts. That's something that's in us that can't be processed by the mind. Maybe that's why we're told in my favorite book, lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. That's something. Acknowledge him and he shall direct thy path. That's something in all of us. That when we get still, when we listen, when we give ourselves over to it, when we surrender, when we get our ego out of the way, edging God out, that we allow ourselves to get still, to go in the closet and shut the door, and to listen to that still small voice within us that will never leave us. That still small voice within us that will always comfort us. That still small voice within us that says, I can do more. I can do more. And I'm saying to you, regardless of where you are, what you're going through. Don't just go through it, grow through it. I think that as we get still and listen to our hearts as opposed to our fears. Zig Ziglar said, fear is false evidence appearing real. But that voice speaks from a place of faith. Faith, finding answers in the heart. That's what I needed when a doctor looked at me and spoke 3 words that no one ever wants to hear. 3 words that conjures up fear in 7 different languages. You have cancer. And for 19 years, that voice in me said, this is only a project. You're stronger than this. You have what it takes to grow through this. And I'm saying to you, as you look at yourself, I say there's something in you that's stronger, that's more powerful, that perhaps you've forgotten that it's there, that you use it in the past, and now you must revisit that place within yourself and say to yourself, I'm more than a conqueror. Say to yourself, I can do this. There's greatness in me. And when you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have any. You have greatness in you. Listen to that voice. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.